Hey everybody, this is the birth of a tea light. Starting out with some pallet wood. This is an old crate from a small engine shop, and my job is to strip this down and make this into a beautiful work of art. So let me find my pry bar over here. Try to slip by the camera. So I have to strip off all of the scrap wood and then peel out the staples, which is not always such an easy job. Sometimes it's easier to break it, pry it, strip it, whatever. Get them out of there. My demolition hammer. So we start out with scrap pallet wood. See, this is an ugly thing right now. Alright? Filthy. And I'm going to transform this into a beautiful work of art for you. And you'll watch me through the entire process here. Now, I'm working with rough pallet wood, so any flaws and imperfections actually sort of add to the quality of the finished product. It adds character to the product. Especially here in New York, pallet wood products are a very popular thing. Recycled wood, pallet wood, things like that. I went to after the pliers, that one's broke. So it's a job to prepare the wood, and I work neat and put everything in a bucket. So I'll get these staples out, and then we'll separate the next piece. Be back in a minute. Okay, now I have to pry this piece apart. You see, there's a nail. I have to look at where the pressure is on this. By the way, I am in the Christian camper for the first time ever using it as a wood shop. Those of you who follow my daily videos on YouTube know that the Christian camper I acquired about 2 years ago because it had severe water damage and mildew, rendering it useless as a mobile church, which is what the original owners had been using it for. So I had received it to take it off their hands, and then I always dreamed of using it as a workshop. And this is the first time ever that I've actually used it for that purpose. So you can see the challenge I'm faced with to get these nails out of here. But after that, I've got a piece of wood to work with. Alright, so I'm going to continue prying this out. Anyway, it feels good to be in the Christian camper, and by the way, the lights are the original overhead lights in the camper. Everything works, all the power plugs work, and I'm setting this up as a proper workshop here at the Off-Grid Homestead. For those who don't follow my daily videos, I am off the grid, and I have to use a generator for high power tools, so you may hear a buzz in the background, but all the wood burning and everything else is done by the power of the sun. So most of the work here in this homestead is done using the power of the sun. So I'm going to get these boards apart, and we'll be back in a minute. Using 2 hammers and a pry bar, I'm able to slowly coax this out of here. Sorry if I block your view. I just wanted to show you that I am making progress. Struggling as I go, but I am making progress here. It's a lot of work to get a piece of wood out of an old pallet, but you'll see the work of the piece of beauty that I get out of it. It's really beautiful wood, this pallet wood. I'm working though very slowly and carefully because I don't want to wreck the piece that I want to keep. So it takes some extra care and time to do so. And there's the piece I'm putting aside. That one's too small to be used for today. And then I've got a nail to get rid of. This is my dead-on demolition hammer. People ask me about it. Yeah, that's in there. Anyway, I'll get this nail out and then we'll show you what's next for preparing this to be tea lights. Okay, now we have a relatively neat piece of wood. I have to examine and decide which is going to be the front and top surfaces of this. There's a little curve upwards here. So I also have to examine for bends and bows in the wood. Since this has a relatively decent surface here, this is going to be the top. So now I'm going to do a 1-footer on this. Which will hold 3 tea lights at 3 inches, 6 inches, and 9 inches. Okay? Then measure how wide this is. Might as well mark it. It's just 2 1/4. So we want to go in 1 1/8 inches for our tea light. Each tea light, and I missed one. Okay, and then I will mark my wood to be cut. And then I'll take my saw to make a straight cut. I use the speed square. Sorry that bumped the camera. So there's one piece. Ready, it's already marked and ready to go. Now, yeah, that's good and level. Now the other piece seems pretty level. I'm going to make a 2 light bar next. So this will be 9 inches long with tea lights at 3 inches and 6 inches. Okay. So we're taking something that people have discarded as garbage, and we are recycling this into a work of art. A beautiful piece of home decor. There's another. Now there's probably enough room on this little last piece for a single tea light. I'm going to go with 4 inches, a 4-inch long piece, and we'll put the tea light at 2 inches. Mark the center, might as well, when I got the tape out, where the light will go. And now I have no room to cut that with the T-square, so I'm going to freehand cut that, and then we'll be back in a minute. Okay, now over here at the drill press, I need to bring this down, find out where that center point touches. There. Now I don't have the proper clamp for this, so I hold it in place right now. I'm still setting up my shop, but I will get it. So make sure it's right. That touches right in the right spot. Gently put on the clamp. Safety glasses is a must. We don't need hearing protection because this is not at all loud. Now, let me show you, let me zoom in and show you this. This is beautiful here. This is absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to try to, I'm going to set the camera up. Let me see. I'm going to try to find a different angle for this. Okay, let me see if you can follow along here. Now, of course, I've got my hand is going to be here, but I'm going to try to show you without blocking the view too much. Now this is a Forstner bit. It makes a very nice hole. Now I always let the bit cool off a little in between cuts. I go in a little and rest it a little. We don't want it too hot. You don't want to force the work. You just want to gently let the bit cut its way through and then let it cool off every couple seconds. Now for a tea light, the Forstner bit is the perfect height. So I use my headlamp so I can see better down in here, so when I sink this in just a little bit, I'm at the right depth for a tea light. There we go. Now we're done. Now this will go off to the sander, and there is one tea light getting ready to go. Now we'll do a double next. Alright, so again, what I have to do is bring this down, line it up. I eye it up and get that right on the hole. Get that right in the spot there where I want it. Dead center. And then I punch it in. And then, with the other hand, I can just bring this clamp up here and screw that in place. You may see down here I have a bench vise that's going to go on this drill press soon for holding pieces in a lot better. But this is working very well right now. And my bit isn't too hot. I can hold my hand on it. That's a good thing. So this is going to be a double tea light. Alright, we got one done. So we put this over, blow it off. And again, line this up. As I said, I'll be getting my shop set up nicely soon enough. Have all the proper tools. I've got all kinds of beautiful tools here. I'm just still setting up my shop. So I'm going to drill this one and we'll have a double. Now I have greatly slowed down the speed of the drill. You can probably hear the difference. And watch the power difference on this. It starts cutting very well now. I had to slow down because this is a particularly hard piece of wood. It's much harder than the others. Done. Hey everybody, now we've got the belt sander set up, and now I'm going to sand the pieces. We've got a 3-piece, we've got a 2-piece, we've got and some ones here. So I'm going to sand these off, make them smooth, and we'll turn this rough, ugly wood into something pretty. Forgot, with this I need my hearing protection. This is very loud. So I'm going to have to turn down the volume for you guys too. And quiet it down for you. This is really, really loud. And there we have it, a beautiful piece all ready to go in to my wife Melanie for wood burning. So there we've taken a ugly piece of pallet and turn it into something beautiful, and then we'll stain or varnish or stain and varnish it. So I'm going to finish up the rest of these and we'll take them on into my wife Melanie. Some of them we'll leave plain, because some people may prefer just a plain pallet wood tea light, and others we will finish up with different wood burning images. But there we go, guys, turning a piece of pallet into a work of art. And there we have them, everybody. Turning pieces of pallet wood into tea light holders. Now these will go inside for Melanie to finish. So that's it, everybody. Pallet wood tea light holders. Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project. Good night.